Good morning, Jai Hind.
Good morning,
Jai
sir.
Hind, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, Subodh, you want card number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you take 68.
Okay, sir.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, who is ready?
Sir Nikita.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll give Dubey Saab chance today. Okay, Rahul, keep time.
Okay, sir. Just a
Thank
minute.
you, sir.
You can start.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. With India not having very friendly relations with two of its neighbors, China and Pakistan, because China supporting militancy in Northeast region as well as Pakistan supporting militancy in Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from being the proxy war with both of them, in 2019 we have faced one of dogfight with Pakistani jet fighter F-16, and thou, a great skilled pilot, shot it down with its second generation MiG-21. But eventually, he has also been shot down by Pakistani air defense and captured too, which brought us down from offensive position to a compromising position. And we have not left any stone unturned to make a political as well as economical pressure on Pakistan. But thereafter there is a problem that a question arises that why we are using second generation MiG-21 rather than having a bigger economy than Pakistan. This is clear-cut indication that now we are also lagging in modernization of our armed forces. Yes, friends, in next 2 to 3 minutes, I would like to tell you about modernization of armed forces. Friends, there are a lot of challenges like we have not utilized our money sensibly. We can blame our politicians, bureaucrats, commanders, but the fact will remain same. We are also obsessed with numbers as we are thinking that we have to maintain all all old generation equipments rather than having long range weapons superiority technology as well as we have to be prepared at the time of war and thereafter incremental mindset we are always thinking that we have to maintain our all old equipments with having a lot of investment on them uh, in terms of economy as well as time resources and all which is not good. Another thing is that we have to figure out the needs which type of need we are require like we are using World War II sniper rifles and 1950s L70 as well as 120 motors. We have to improve it and thereafter poor performance of defense PSUs which makes us our biggest importer of the defense products. Now coming on to the solution part, friends, speeding up modernization of armed
Last 30
forces
seconds.
by indigenously development and put more on research and development is also one of the factor by which we can create increase foreign direct investment in defense sector which will also promote employment. And another thing is that outdated equipments can be used in better way by posting them at border region like direct shooting guns or at training centers for the training of
Time up.
recruits. And thereafter we should provide these equipments to paramilitary forces to keep their work in keeping their work in mind, and thereafter we have to increase the quality not quantity. At the end I want to conclude that recently we have got deal with of S400 and thereafter Apache and Chinook helicopters. Then it will take time to complete this deal. And so, as a better skilled and one of the best forces of the world in terms of tactics and willpower, we have to face whatever challenge is there with the weapons, whatever we have in any of the condition, whatever arising. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, Dubey Saab. Good. Modernization of armed forces is very important topic. It may be there for your group discussion in the SSB or even in interview part. You must be knowing about the equipments held, whichever organization you apply, whether you apply Air Force, Army, Navy, you are supposed to know a little bit about equipments. If you see, when we got independence, our priority was generally about education, poverty, and all those sectors, agriculture. But defense is unavoidable, inescapable, because you may not be attacking any other country, but at least if someone attacks, you should be able to defend yourself. That is the real reason we should have modernized long back, and especially when we have faced full-fledged wars right after independence. In 1947-48 we had India-Pakistan war, then 62, 65, 71, then 99 Kargil, and sub-conventional war is always on. In this backdrop, we should have had more modernization, but somehow as a nation we are lagging. Reasons we will not have excuse, but things are improving. Of late, we are acquiring better equipments. Uh, the better solution would have been we should have produced our own. Atmanirbhar Bharat will not be complete unless and until we produce our own defense equipments, because that is a very costly affair. Import is never a solution. We should have our own equipments, and that is strategically also, security point of view also, is very essential. We cannot be dependent on any other country in case of war. You never know who is your friend and who is your enemy. In the war scenario, countries may block each other, countries may compromise each other's secrecy. From that perspective also, we should have our own equipments. Lot to know about this, lot to speak about this. With time constraint, we will restrict here. Okay, good. Dubey sir, flow, initial energy is very good. Maintain that in the end also. Conclusion and all those part should be equally energetic. Okay, Dubey sir, good.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Subodh, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dubey sir, keep time.
So can I
Yes,
switch on
sir.
camera?
Yes.
Subodh, you may start.
Okay. So good morning, gentlemen. My lecture topic is women in present society. So women in present society, women has got lot of means women has got a very big, we can say it as a very large opportunities, or we can say, or we can term it as they have a lot of opportunities today if we compare to in the ancient times. If we talk about let's correlate the women which is who are in the ancient society as well as in today's world. In ancient times, after the advent of the caste system, that is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, women are not allowed to study Vedas. Though there are some of the instinct that women studies Vedas and they flourished in the ancient society, but still there are lots of restrictions on them, and because of that, they simply restricted to doing the household chores, to maintain the family ecosystem and all those things. And they have also faced a lot of crimes in ancient times. Similarly, they are also facing today, but the crimes which they faced in ancient times, it is very heinous. Just like the sati practice is there, then the dowry system is there, child marriage is there. At a very early age, they got married to unknown man. So they have to be with the society in ancient times. But now it is totally changed. Women flourished in each and every sector, whether it is agriculture, whether it is military sector, whether it is industrial sectors, and all those sectors are uh, in that women are flourishing. If we talk about military or defense sectors, so women's are now gaining a lot of respect in the military sectors. Israel was the first country to imbibe the woman into the role of combat. So, and as well as India has also given the opportunity to women, the first fighter pilots, three fighter pilots, Mohana Singh, Bhavna Kant, and Avni Chaturvedi. They have successfully made their first solo sortie in the fighter jets, and because of that, they are the first women three fighter pilots of our Indian Air Force. As well as Navy has also started inducting women into the combat roles. Though Army is not yet inducted any of the women into the compact role, but still they in the future they will definitely do it. And one of the most important thing that the Supreme Court of India decided that women should join NDA, and women now get right to join NDA at a very early age after 12. It is the one of the thing that we need to understand. As well as women are now also
Last three years.
flourishing in each and every sector. If we talk about the state PCS, UPC civil services examination, they are topping they topped the examination. If we talk about the state civil service examination, then in industrial sectors, MNC sectors, in IITs, NITs, all where women are simply flourishing. Giving a current example of the CGI judges, it is two or three are women in the Chief Justice of India's panel. So lastly, I want to conclude that, and according to my opinion,
Time up.
we should support women because women faced a lot of crisis in ancient times, but their present stage is very improved, and we should support them. Thank you.
Okay, Subodh, good. Women in present day society is having respectable position. Name a sector, they are there. They are doing good. They are representing everywhere, whether it is parliament, whether it is scientific field, whether it is armed forces, whether it is social sector, private business sector. They are everywhere. You see all around the world, women are representing their nations too. We have an Indian origin woman in US as a vice president, and who knows, maybe next president in US. The problem is about some of the activities, criminal activities especially, which women seen as object, and then these issues, social issues, that is to be sorted out. And the only solution is stringent laws, uncompromising treatment, fast track courts. That is the only solution. Okay, Subodh, good. Nikita, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Subodh, keep time.
Sir, any card number for me?
I will put message.
Copy it.
You can start.
Okay, good morning everyone. The topic which I have selected for my lecturate is education in India. Today I would be particularly talking about the rural education system in India. First of all, let's see what is the importance of education. First, it make a person capable of distinguishing between what is right and what is wrong. Then that it help person to imbibe the good qualities from his teachings, and it shapes his personality and also make him a person of good character. Then it helps to get employment in future, and lastly it make a person a useful product to the for the society. Then there are few challenges if you want to if you want to improve the education in the rural India. First is funds, infrastructure, syllabus, and last is awareness among the students as well as their parents. For funds, rather than spending 2% of the India's GDP on education system, we can actually increase it to the 6% of the GDP. For syllabus, what is the today's market requirement, that things are not being taught to the students, because of which unemployment is increasing. So whatever the requirement, according to that syllabus should be added in the education. And now current national education policy 2020 is going to play a very important role in that. For infrastructure, so here we know that government school condition is not that much good. So we can do one thing over here. The students of final year architecture, they have to do a internship program. So rather than doing internship here and there, they can actually do their internships on the government schools. So two problem will be solved. First, government school condition will get better, and second, they will also get the field experience. And last is the awareness among the students and also the parents. If we see in rural India, people get education but hardly 30% or 40% make use out of it, and rest 60% get settled in agriculture field only. So I think here, just to make a student aware of what opportunities lies ahead of him, we can actually uh, do one innovative thing, that is government school compound walls. We can paint
Last 30
all
seconds.
walls with the different professions like doctor, engineer, then modern farmer, pilot, soldier, businessman, dancer, actor, etc. So that from early age, student will get idea that okay, these opportunities lied ahead of me, and accordingly we can actually from ninth standard we can set up different workshops for them, and we can guide them from time to time. So lastly, I just want to say that
I'm up.
students who are in early age of education, they can be a very good asset for the country. So if we start implementing all these things in our education system, then our country will not only become a great nation, but with a great nation of a great people. Thank you.
Good, Nikita. Education is power. Yes, it is a power, and anything and everything can be sorted out if we address education as a solution. If we see education as a tool to solve any problem, whether it is rural India, whether it is urban India, whether it is scientific field, defense field, everywhere we can apply this tool in a systematic way. In our rural sector, we need to really uplift it. We need to understand that our rural economy, rural population, rural youth, we need to take them on board and look for national solutions. We have to see our empowerment in rural India, and that is through education. Well covered, Nikita. Very nice. We'll go to now Gurjant Saab.
Sir,
Ready?
ready, sir.
Okay. And thereafter Vikas. Nikita, keep time.
Yes, sir. Sir, you can start.
Good morning, friends. More of the non-operational accident occurring in our armed forces, and many of our soldiers have lost their lives due to old vintage equipment and lack of modernization. So, friends, next 2 to 3 minutes, we are going to discussion about modernization in armed forces. Uh, Modernization in armed forces is a inclusion of new technologies and enhanced Indianization of manufacturing, enhanced research and development in our country by their own technologies. So in present status, India is the second largest importer in the world of defense equipments. But at present, in the recent days, India, by the Indian government initiatives, India is gradually getting the modernizations and also giving the incentives to our manufacturing agencies. And many of we have get the Indianization equipments in our Air Force. We get Tejas. In our Army, we get K9 Vajra with the private and public partnerships and Swati radars. And also many of the challenges for modernization, we have to work on these. And also our defense analysts feel the requirement for modernizations. First of all, according to our defense analyst, the possibility of two war front at the western sector or the northern area with the China or Pakistan. So we need to maintain our equipment inventory with the new technologies. We have maintained our strategic autonomy, reduce the dependency on import, and changing our and also in the present day the nature of warfare are changing. So according to the requirement, we'll have to change our defense technologies and manufacturing. So for this, we have facing many of challenges. Like first of all, our budget allocations and the utilization of budget for defense manufacturing is very low in compared to the other countries. Apart from these, we are fully depend on the public manufacturing as far as concerned with the defense manufacturing. So we need to include the private partnerships and lack of technology and incompetency in manufacturing, and also there are collaborations for civil and military relations. And also as we are fully depend on public manufacturing, and also it is the lack of collaboration. The all procedures are time taking. So some of solutions on which we have to work on these all points with this point, we can get the indigenization manufacturing and also boost for modernization in our equipment inventory. So first of all, we should work on the budget allocations. First, good budget planning for our manufacturing, and also we need to holding the hand of our manufacturing, give them the incentive, assurance for manufacturing, and also as Indian government is taking very good steps for technology transfers with the original OEMs from the foreign industries. And also, it is a good step to increase the FDI to imports the technology equipment from the foreign manufacturers, and also we have to investing in our defense economy. It will also boost our economy. It will give us the employment sectors, and which is the main factor which is affecting the armed forces is a collaboration or awareness or the relation between the civilian or army personnel, because our army, the armed forces is fully controlled by the defense ministries, and the decision taker are in the defense ministry are the civilian, either from the civil services officers. So they are not fully aware about the requirement and for our present status of the equipments. So there is a need to make them aware, make the relations better between the both agency, military, and the decision-taking bodies. So with this, we can make the fast for our decision-making, budget allocations, and give incentives to the manufacturers. So in last, I would like to conclude my topic like this. There are many steps taken by the government, but other than we need to more focus on our modernizations, Indianizations, and give incentives to the manufacturers, and we should include the private partnership in manufacturing of defense equipments and including the technology in our inventories. Thanks.
Gurjant Saab, good. Same topic which earlier Dubey Saab spoken, but couple of points you added. Two front war or PSU angle, budget angle, or we want public from the public PSUs, we should go to private partnerships. Yes, it is very essential because we cannot be dependent on one particular way of production. World has proved. You see any modern country or developed country, everywhere it is the private players who has actually brought pace, speed into these sectors. Innovations, because R&D is a very critical issue in this. Capability wise, there is no question that India cannot produce. You see space sector, missile sector, we are leaders. So why can't it be in aircrafts, tanks, artillery guns, small arms? It was possible. Only thing probably we did not pay attention, budget allocation was not appropriate, or maybe we had other priorities. So whatever be the reason, time here on will be different. We are focusing on making India. That is clearly evident nowadays that we are as a nation looking forward for indigenous equipments, and that is a very very good thing. In times to come, we will have a lot of equipments being produced within India. Okay, Gurjant Saab, good. I did not see timekeeping. Nikita, I think she missed giving time, or it was not audible. Okay, Vikas, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gurjant Saab, keep time.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My today topic is ozone depletion. So basically, ozone depletion is a phenomena in which the ozone layers are depleted. It is the lowest layer of the environment. We can see that from the 1984, the ozone depletion layer has been formed. And the main reason has been found by the industries that the ozones have been decreased due to the using of the CFC carbon that is fluorocarbon, carbon, other explosives, adhesive material. All in all these contribute to the depletion. So, what are the current scenario of depletion? See, depletion of the ozone layer ultimately affects to the human life, animal life, lifestyle, pollution. Another factor which is more contributing to the ozone depletion layer is vehicle pollution. You can see nowadays many governments are depleting. You can see from Bharat stage 1 to we are now into the Bharat stage 5. This all created due to the emission level by the vehicle to the surrounding. Moving ahead, we can see the current scenario we are facing after pollution, and pollution is main cause of this thing. And we can see ozone depletion layer is a serious concern due to which the different initiatives have been taken like social global warming. And according to the NASA, it has been said that by the 2050 it is the worst situation for the people to live in this ozone layer continue to deplete. So we can, in the solution part of time, we can see that the use of CFC has been reduced by the eco-friendly refrigerant unit like R12. Nowadays, we can see that in refrigerating and air conditioning, the R12 refrigerants are used as compared to CFC, which are used in 19th and 20th century. Moving ahead, we can see that from conversion from Bharat 1 to Bharat 4, there is lot of change of. Apart from that, we can see that the solar vehicles and it plays an important role in emissions of capital cities like Delhi has also started odd even in order to reduce the pollution, which is ultimately a step towards emission of harmful gases into the surroundings. These all steps have been taken by the different states and city members in order to deal with the ozone layer depletion. Apart from that, we can see that the atmospheric layer is also getting, due to which the northern mountains in the Himalaya range are seeing the glaciers, we can see they are melting. So all in all, we can see that apart from it, whether it's affecting on human beings, animals, glaciers, and all day-to-day life, depletion layers plays a very important role, and it is harming, giving the different types of scenario to all the lifestyle. So all in all,
Last thing, 30 seconds.
I would like to say, environment is we all the citizens of India should think for the conservation of our environment by using the eco-friendly substances as possible. Thank you.
Vikas, good. Audio was little low, but we could make out what exactly you were speaking. Ozone layer, yes, it has been a concern for all of us on the earth. During the pandemic, we saw how ozone layer was improving its uh, pollution effect on earth always affected the ozone layer, and the positives about pandemic was less pollution on earth because it was global phenomena. Every country was affected and it was almost halted. Whole whole world was halted. And that is how we could see better environmental conditions, pollution was less, ozone layer has improved. And as far as the global scenario is concerned, we all need to come together because this is a common fight. When we talk about terrorism, it is man made. Pollution is man made. These are all common agendas. All countries should come together and fight. But there is a difference what people speak, what countries speak, and their actions. Every country agrees to cooperate in reducing the pollution, carbon emission, but nobody does effective actions. Paris Accord, everybody agreed. But most of the countries are not paying sincere attention. The measures are not adequate. The sincere efforts on everybody's part is required. Okay, Vikas, good. Uh,
As the
good.
facial expression was okay.
Yes, yes. You can review also. Uh,
Okay.
Tejas, Tejas ready? I think some network issue. Tejas, not audible. You can rejoin. You may rejoin, Tejas. Anybody ready?
Yes,
Sir
sir.
Rahul.
Rahul and Sanjivani. Okay, Vikas, you can keep time.
Yes, sir.
Rahul, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Now you can start.
Good morning, friends. My today's topic is SAARC. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation is the regional intergovernmental organization, and a geopolitical union of states in South Asia. The member of states are Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. The states comprises the 3% world area and the generally 21% of the world population. The headquarters are located in Kathmandu, Nepal, and the establishment was the SAARC is 8 December 1985 is in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So what is the main purpose of the SAARC? Is the main purpose to promote the welfare of the peoples of South Asia and to improve their quality of life, to accelerate the economical growth, to support the financial during at the needy time, to maintain the permanent relation to each others. So in the past times, it's generally 1970, there all South Asian nations agreed to creation of this trade bloc and provide the platform for the people for the South Asia to work together, just like a friend, trust, and understanding. The President Rahman is addressed the official letter for all the SAARC countries, all the South nations, and to discuss about their issues, problems, and after all the leaders are agreed to form a SAARC organization. So, in the SAARC, what is the role of our India? It was the neighborhood first. It means to maintain a good relation towards the neighbor countries when at the crucial time they can help to each other. So, we all know that India is the most powerful countries, but it is just an organization. And second one is the global leadership role as an act of a East policy. These policies name can change in after 2015. So within the Nepal, a particular area to buffer country to area to work as a buffer country for India. It's a downward side is in India and upward side we know the China is there and the headquarters are located in the middle part uh, in Nepal. So China wants to be a part of SAARC as a very long time. They wants to be a SAARC nations, but this is not a very simple thing when China is joined to be a SAARC because all the nations are in there. So we all agreed for that. So
Last 30 seconds.
even the India is said that the satellite of GSAT-09 only the work for the SAARC nation. And last summit was held in 18th summit in Kathmandu. In that, the main motto is the deeper integration and the peace and prosperity. So, lastly, I want to conclude that it is a very important organization as the southern parts. They can help to each others at a crucial time and support also.
Time over.
Thank you.
Yes, Rahul, SAARC, very important organization. We need to throw light upon what are the achievements they have done or what are the shortcomings, what is the role ahead. They have got an important role to play. There are some issues not yet sorted out. Countries' cooperation, member countries' cooperation is not really visible on ground. There were issues in between when did not materialize. These organizations should sort out regional issues. Economic front, cooperation is required, but more issue is about border disputes. All the countries, the way we sorted out India Bangladesh border issue, all border issues can be sorted out. And all of a sudden, the member countries, if they don't cooperate, terrorism will flourish and these organizations will remain on paper. The biggest cooperation needed in future is on some of the offenders who run away from their country, they should be brought back to their parent country. Economic offenders or terrorism related offenders. This cooperation is must because these both elements converge, economy and whatever terrorism related things, they converge. They are indirectly or directly related to terrorist related activities. This is very important. All nations should understand, especially Britain now. Britain is a safe haven for many economic offenders. That is a serious worry. So, within SAARC, in the Southeast Asia, we need to understand this, put the pressure on world because we are most populous zone. SAARC can create impact on the world level. If we don't cooperate for market to the Western world and even to the China, we can create impact. but these people should come together, nations should come together, put pressure on others for right reasons. I am not saying any wrong reasons, for right reasons, and it will be justified. Okay, good. Tejas is ready. Tejas, are you there? Okay, same network issue. Renuka, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rahul, keep time.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
You
audible
can start,
now?
Renuka. You can start,
Shall
Renuka.
I start? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Good morning, everyone. So today for lecturate, my topic is fundamental rights. So yeah, fundamental rights are a major concept that that our Constitution of India holds. Fundamental rights are the basic rights that protect the liberties and freedom of citizens or an individual. It is always planned to protect the dignity of an individual and create situations that can help them to like overcome the situation whenever they face something is discriminated against them. Fundamental rights are enshrined in the part three of the Constitution, from Article number 12 to Article 35. So in total, we have six fundamental rights. That is, right to equality, right to freedom, right to freedom of religion, right against exploitation, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So all these rights are very important for the Indian citizens, as well as some of the rights are also there for the for the other persons as well. So the basic features of fundamental rights are like it is protected. First, it is protected by constitution, and these are justiciable. So whenever something goes against or wrong against any individual or a community, in according to their fundamental rights, they can appeal the High Court or Supreme Court for the justice against them. So this determines this determines that whenever something goes against it, then these are non-sacrosanct and permanent. So Parliament can curtail or repeal these rights according to the situation and only by the constitutional amendments. Firstly, it was there that the constitutional amendments cannot be challenged in the court, but after the Keshwanath Bharati case in 1973, now it is also there that that the constitutional amendment can be challenged if it violates a fundamental right. So it is also a big step in the Act of Parliament that has occurred. Then there are re-jurisdiction that can be filed by the people if they think or they have the proof that that the fundamental rights have been violated, and so they can apply the re-jurisdiction in Supreme Court or High Court, and hence can get justice from there. There are again various features of fundamental rights they get suspended during the wartime or the national emergency, but still there are
Last
two
30
rights
seconds.
that cannot be taken away from us. That is the article number 20 and 21. That is the dignity, the right to dignity and live. Even this right is given to the prisoners also. So the main mandate of this right is the humanitarian aspect, which makes it that much credible. And there are various things about the fundamental rights that have been there. But I think the need of hour is people need to understood their rights and how these are important for their living being.
Time up.
They need to get aware of that. So some people only are aware of the fundamental rights, and others who are not, they cannot practice it that well, and hence get discriminated and are facing discrimination today also, especially in the remote areas and the poor people. So these rights need to be the awareness should be there regarding this. Even the deaf and blind people in this that are not physically that the physically handicapped people also have the right to uh, have their rights. So even the constitution has published in the in that format so that they can also read. So I think awareness is the main factor that can only uh, enhance this. We can get benefit from these only when we have awareness of these. So I think we should need to follow that to gain more out of it. Thank you.
Okay, Renuka, good. Fundamental rights is an essential topic in the competitive exams, right from written till SSB. We can talk in this section where we know what are the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, people can always claim rights. But what about their moral responsibility, duties? They need to understand their obligation to perform basic duties, civilized duties. This is also an important issue when we as a nation need to be strong. If we want to be strong, our people should behave correctly. They should be getting justice for their rights. At the same time, they should be doing justice towards their duties. All citizens should behave correctly. The democratic setup is always doing welfare. But what about honesty? Honestly tax paying, honest behavior. All those things are also important. We can express our opinions on this as a just passing remarks. Good Renuka, your speed is I think little bit more. You can just be little slow because many times points are coming very fast. So it is your fluency that is an advantage. But can you focus on some of the important points by becoming slow? Important points at least. Okay, Renuka?
Yes, yes,
Good.
I'll practice on that.
Okay. Tejas ready?
Yes, sir. Now
Okay.
audible, sir?
Yes. Renuka, keep time. Then we will have Sanjivani.
Yes, Tejas, you may start.
Good morning, everyone. Today, my topic for lecture it is greenhouse effect. Envelope of gases in the atmosphere, which traps the reflected radiations from the sun and thus by maintaining the Earth's temperature. But if these trapping gets exceeded, then the Earth's temperature rises and there is a phenomena called global warming. So greenhouse effect is essential for our sustainable life on Earth. But if it crosses a certain limit, then it will cause a various problems, and we are seeing it in form of the climate change. So let us understand what are reasons behind greenhouse effect. So first and foremost is deforestation. We are losing our forest covers. We are losing our biospheres. We are utilizing this land for various industries, setting up of industries, manufacturing hubs, or even for the settlement of people. So because of this, there is a rise in greenhouse gases. Secondly, if you see there is a improper dumping of the urban waste or the rural waste what are there, so there is not proper management. Third, if you can see the agricultural crops after harvest they have been burnt, particularly in the western side, northwestern side in the Punjab Haryana sector, where that huge wheat and paddy straws are burnt. So because of these also there is a rise in the greenhouse gases. Both you can see we are conventionally and so far we have been using the fossil fuels. So our main source of energy for vehicles is petroleum. Also for our main source of electricity is coal based. So all these factors are the reasons behind increasing the greenhouse effect. I'll like to add here that what are greenhouse gases. So there are greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide. uh, so these when they are in maintenance, we'll be having a sustainable life. But if it exceeds, we'll have problems. So what are the problems? The first is that we are seeing the climate change, as I mentioned. So there are now glaciers have been melting. Many cities are on the verge of sinking. Secondly, you see we are losing various flora and faunas. There are many species of plants and animals which are on verge of extinction. Also, we are seeing the constant rise in temperature, particularly in India. If you see, we record the highest temperatures all over the globe. We have some cities in Maharashtra only, like Chandrapur. So it will be impossible after some period of time to work during our summer conditions. Now, if you
30
see,
seconds.
now if you see what could be the solutions? Solutions are many, but as India is a developing nation and we want to be a superpower in the upcoming period, so we could not be much, could not be focusing much on the alternative use, but also we can be adaptive to alternative use. So as we have adopted the phase down approach instead of phase out approach in the COP26, so it is very
Time up.
important that we manage at it our individual level. So I feel in the end it is in our hand. The solution lies at individual level. We should be implementing it and reducing the maximum greenhouse gases. Thank you.
Tejas, greenhouse effect, very important topic. Earlier, Vikas spoken on ozone layer depletion. These are all environmental concerns. We should be taking lead in this. We should be behaving more responsibly as a human being on the earth. We have the larger responsibility. All nations should come together because the environment is really getting degraded. We saw the oxygen crisis in recent times, pandemic. World has seen how it can be severe if some pandemic comes. The basic things. Next severe crisis may come for drinkable water. So greenhouse effect, we need to understand. We need to behave well as an individual. What this is highlighting, as a society, as a nation, and as a world. The entire world should behave properly. Should take note of it. Should correct their uh, actions, because industrialization or deforestation or the pollution level from various reasons is at alarming level. The temperature is changing. The climate change is visible now. The ice is melting. Imagine if ice melts beyond a limit, the sea level will rise. A lot of nations will get submerged, especially coastal area will be submerged immediately. One of the city in our country is Mumbai. If it gets submerged, imagine the impact on the nation, especially national economy and present scenario. Almost 33 to 35% economy flows from Mumbai. So all these are connected topics. We need to understand its implications, and we have to see on a longer time scale. Maybe 10, 15 years is okay, but what about 100-year time scale, 200-year time scale? Things will be destroyed then. We need to take care of it. Okay, good. Sanjivani, ready?
Yes, sir.
We are left with Mukesh Saab and Kumar, Omkar. Okay, we will move quickly. Tejas, keep time.
Yes, sir. You can start.
Okay. Good morning to all. Today, my lecture topic is the right vaccination policy for India. Vaccines are one of the most successful health invention that bring about significant reduction in the infection, disease, and health consequence and improve quality of life and the population. Over the year, vaccination have provided highly cost-effective improvement to human health by reducing availability, human suffering, cost of care and treatment. Economical consequence of work, that is lower productivity and loss of work. More and more disease are becoming vaccine preventable, including those for promoting a killer like pneumonia and diarrhea, and the technology used to evolving rapidly. Background of vaccine policy: the expanded program for immunization in India was launched in 1978. The EBI was increased. EPI was increasing with the inclusion of measles vaccine in 1985, and it was renamed as the Universal Immunization Program. The disease on the formalization of national vaccine policy for India started in a meeting of National Technology Advisory Group of Immunization in August 2010. Uh, purpose of this document: a national vaccine policy with specific relevance to local vaccine need is required to guide decision make and develop a long term plan to straight then the whole vaccine program, and not just a component. This national vaccine policy does not integrate. This national vaccine policy does not indicate to cover all aspects of immunization, service
30
delivery,
seconds.
or it is detailed guideline on specific vaccine. Lastly, I want to conclude that we all we we all know that we all know that vaccine is play very important role for today. Us we A successful vaccine
Time up.
policy will boost immunity and it help to avoid death rates and get back to normal situation. Thank you.
Sanjeevani, good topics, vaccination policy, especially in the backdrop of what we faced or facing today also, pandemic. There is one interesting angle which I feel food for thought. Immunization, or when we say immunity, vaccination definitely protects us, but what about immunity? We have seen during pandemic all over world, there was a different reactions from population. Developed world faced lot of problem, developing world faced less problem, and underdeveloped states and nation, they are yet to see the severity of it. There is one lesson we can draw for our further research, that immunity. When we do a lot of vaccination, yes, our life expectancy is going high, but is it very delicate with some kind of severe pandemic, next pandemic? We should not get wiped out. Our immunity should not be compromised actually. It should not be a delicate survival that with severe disease we are again facing problems. Something like a house which starts using filtered water, and any member of that family takes normal water, faces the problem. This is exactly I am talking about in vaccination. Rural India, we see a lot of kids are not yet taking those vaccines which a normal kid in urban area takes. A lot of periodic vaccine, regular vaccines I am talking, not only pandemic related or corona vaccine. It is the regular vaccines. So they are more robust when they are without vaccines. Even doctors have difference of opinion on this. So it is just food for thought. In further research, probably we need to keep at forefront the vaccination at as a priority. But can we really give more focus on not to lose immunity? Can we have enhanced immunity in human beings so that we survive longer as a race, human race? Okay, good. We'll go to now Mukesh sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Sanjeevani, keep time.
Yes, sir. Sir, you can start.
Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. If a country wants to become his forces strong and develop, they need more investment and development. Yes, friends. Today's my topic is foreign direct investment in defense forces. Foreign direct investment is an investment made by a company or an individual in a country into business interest from another country. Friends, Indian government decided to increase the foreign direct investment in defense forces, but it's lead a lot of advantage. In first, it's bring financial resources from economic development. Apart from it, it brings new technology, skill, knowledge, and also bring a lot of employment. Brings more competitive business environment in country, so it leads quality and improvement quality products and service in sector, and it's also increase the export and also decrease the import. But friends, it's also we have challenges in which we can say it's also a security concern because due to this we can lost our security. The Now the Indian private industry is not yet well established in defense sector, so it may affect by the foreign companies. And other thing is unrestricted FDI in defense sector may lead to monopoly in production. And apart from it foreign investment may use domestic resources without sharing uneducated benefits. But friends, there is a lot of solution we can do. Enhance interaction between armed forces and industries, so they can improve, they can be improved the equipment as per their needs. And apart from it, it is strongly recommended permit if any country wants to increase FDA uh, 49% too. So they comes through the government route and minimize procedural delay. And other thing is extend assistance to domestic private sector, so we can promote our indigenous equipment more. India should exploit its defense market to favorable geopolitical market, so it leads again to increase our imports, and export should be increased. And other thing is explore
Time up.
strategic partnership model. Friends, I would conclude to my topic. The small steps can make our country and our armed forces more strong. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Okay, Saab. Security angle in foreign direct investment in defense is very, very relevant. You see, the corporate world, if they are not controlled or monitored or restricted, it can really cause havoc in national security. If you get some equipment into defense and the company is not reliable or gets compromised to enemy nation's threat or pressure or even willingly, that will be a big problem. Good, that angle is very important. Yes, we want to promote our home production, we need more money, more investors, but that cannot be at the cost of national security being compromised. Not to talk on this. Mukesh sir, good. Omkar and Kumar, who is ready?
Sir, I am ready.
Kumar. Okay. Mukesh sir, can you keep time?
Sir,
Okay.
Kumar, you can start.
Okay. So good morning, friends. Today I will talk on one of the very important topic, which is the bank and the related frauds. So, gentlemen, we all know that how important our banking sector plays in the development of our country. We all know that our Prime Minister has just said in the recent World Economic Forum that the Payments Bank of the India is the very stringent and one of the robust mechanism around the globe. So yes, when our leaders say that these systems are robust, they mean it, because our systems are not only robust, but it is also most user friendly with most of the population of the country. Now we see that the various payments banks or the various modes of payments have been made robust. For example, the UPI, the Unified Payment Interface, is one of the stringent mode of payment where there are multiple security checks, and the system is very fast, so that it can reach to the public and the transactions are made very fast. Now, the one of the recent developments which the government has also undertaken is that India Post, which is our government postal service, has also crossed the 5 crore mark in reaching to the out remote areas across the country. So this is one of the good parameters which our banking sector has been doing. But apart from all these involvement developments, there are challenges. So in our growing world, the security threat has always been a thought which is of concern. So what we see that the payments banks and these thefts are not only from the aspect of anomalies in the system, but there are some fraudsters which try to gain these anomalies and study these anomalies and try to uh, make profit out of it. The second thing is that the awareness of the people of these systems is very less. So they are always fraud by the fraudsters. So talking about in detail, for example, if you consider the UPI, it has multiple checks, but one of the checks comes with the OTP, which is one-time password. The OTP, as the bank says,
Last
it must not be
3 0 seconds.
shared to the other people. So yes, when it means that, but some of the people are not aware of the OTP and the mechanism. So they get fraud. They get looted by the other people when they share their OTP or the bank card details. So yes, there now I will come to the my opinion. What the solutions to this mode of payments is that the government has to make awareness campaigns regarding the people who are not
Time up.
educated and the people who are older. On our front, as an individual person, we can also educate our elders in our family so that they can help with this mode of payments. Secondly, I want to say that this mode of payments must be regulated by the government. As far as the cryptocurrencies are involved, it is also come with various challenges. Yes, the government has to intervene and must carry on with this effort. Thank you.
Okay, Kumar, well brought out. Today's robust banking system is need of the hour. We cannot compromise on that security, and a lot of frauds are happening in this sector in tunes of crores, and it will rise in times to come. It will definitely rise. And if you see the threat when we speak, next 9/11 will be in probably in banking sector, economic sector. Nation's economy can be targeted. Suppose sites can be hacked, paralyzed, or some kinds of frauds like Cosmos Bank fraud had happened from different countries at the same time. Fraudsters targeted accounts, and nobody can help. It is just at click of button, lots of money goes out, and it's a big challenge, and it's a fraud-prone area. Good. Next, we will see now Omkar. Omkar ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay,
Yes,
Kumar,
sir.
keep time.
Yeah, you may begin, Omkar.
Good morning, friends. Today's my lecture topic is contribution of Tata groups in India's success. After the independence of the India, many companies are established, but the most trusted group is Tata Group. There are many groups of Tata under the Tata. First one is TCS for IT solution, Tata Elxsi for e-vehicles, Tata Steel, and in automotive sector, many popular brands in the world like Tata Motors, Jaguar, Land Rover. In the consumer and retail, Voltas is the part of Tata, Titan, Chroma, and trusted trusted by the customers. Infrastructure also having the contribution of Tata Power and Tata Housing, financial service, aerospace and defense, tourism and travel, telecom and media, trading and investment. All the sector which are covered by the Tata Group. Not only India, but also in the also all over the world, they have the offices and their companies. Recently, Tata have take sponsorship of IPL by removing the Chinese company from the India. The Jamshedji Tata is the founder of Tata Group. Have Jamshedpur is started with the industrial group in Jharkhand. From his childhood, he decided to developing the trade. At the time, he increased the trade with China. At the time of American Civil War, American have shortage of cotton. By taking disadvantages, he started the cotton mills in India at Mumbai and Nagpur. He is aiming for iron and steel company in India, open a unique hotel in India, establish a world-class learning institute in India, and set up a hydroelectric plant in India. That after that, the in 1903, Kolava he started the Taj Hotel, which is the first Indian hotel have the electricity. In after that, Jamshid Tata, his son Darobaji Tata became the chairman of the company. He got it industrial revolution and first office started in the London, and then he increased the Tata Group powers by plant in hydroelectric plant in Western India.
Last
After
30
the
seconds.
Jamshedji Tata, JRD Tata become the chairman, and he also increased the net asset up to the 5 million. Then the Ratan Tata became the chairman in 1991. The Air India also taken under the Tata Group now, and the system like SBI RTGS Bombay Stock Exchange, National Security Exchange are controlling by the TCS. In Howrah Bridge, also the 80% steel
Time's
are
up.
used by the uh, Tata Steels. Lastly, connecting world economy fiber network with 30% by most advantages, and also transmission line 13,000 in India are connected south to north are by the Tata Group. The Leh and Kargil also connect by the Tata Transmission. Tata has also played a major role in development of large artillery guns such as Pinaki multi-barrel rocket launcher and uh, Porsche mobile launcher system and surface-to-air missile contribution. Thank you.
Pinaka. Omkar, it is Pinaka. Good, Omkar, very good flow and very nice. Just food for thought. If Mumbai can contribute so much in national economy, and if there are more cities like Mumbai, what will be the impact? What will be the growth rate of India? Same analogy for Tata. Tata really honorable figure, honorable organization, Tata Group. Imagine some more organizations coming up like Tata is following the principles, the ethos, the national spirit, uncompromising national spirit. Profit and loss is not taken as priority when the national spirit is there. Imagine some more individuals, some more organizations behave like this. Where will be our nation? We will be on top of world. Okay, with this we will end. I think nobody is remaining now. Okay, bye. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir.
And so
Jai Hind, sir.